Now, this is the 3-minute video. As you can see here, it's 3 minutes. This is the title. Please remember the title, you guys, because you guys and the listeners, you are leading the world in science, okay? Not scientism, science. Science is a good word, a very good word, okay? And we are scientists because we point to and we do experiments. Remember Tesla said, the scientists of today, you know, get lost in equations and mathematics and exchange experiments for mind-numbing equations, and they make a picture of reality that is totally unreal. Well, that's what you're going to hear from the mouth of this genius, PierLuigi Ighina. Now, before I do that, I just want to click on these other videos for the sake of the listeners. Here are some of the other experiments proving the Earth does not move. Here is the Sagnac experiment. Please take a note of this, the title here, so you can find it. Okay, that's Sagnac's experiment. Now, the thing with Sagnac and these other guys is that they have not reached the mainstream acceptance as Marconi. So that's what's going to knock the globies right off the bottom of their Santa ball. Because Marconi, we can't hide him under the carpet like Sagnac here, okay? And here we've got Michelson-Morley. I haven't pulled up the Michelson-Gale one, but that was done later than the late 1800s to counter Einstein's general relativity in 1915, okay? Not his special relativity of 1905. So Michelson-Gale is another experiment. And then here's George Airy. They call it Airy's failure. Now, these other three, I'm providing those as a backdrop to this one of Marconi's, guys, because the importance of the Marconi one is very, very significant, because he's in the books. He is in the books and not ridiculed. This is a scientist who gave the world the radio and many other inventions. Now, I'm going to have to translate this, so please let me know if the volume is good.
Vale. La cosa principale è che queste conoscenze adesso fa ridere, perché è mai possibile dire che la Terra è ferma e via l'energia. Eppure quando vanno a mandare su i missili.
Okay. What he's about to show this interviewer a machine which proves that the Earth is stationary. Okay? Now, there's going to be 4 major points that you will learn in these 3 minutes that I hope that everyone takes and shares with all the doubters that they know. Okay? The first point he's saying here is to prove that the Earth is firm and stationary is very, very easy to do. Essentially, that's what he's saying here. And the first point he's going to make is when missiles are launched, they have to take a curved linear trajectory. They cannot go directly. Now, this is something very interesting. I didn't know that until I heard it from this guy.
Sopra, ma non possono andare direttamente, ma devono prendere una traiettoria che è il movimento rotatorio del Sole che fa spostare per arrivare a quel punto.
There you go. Now, what he just said was that to launch a missile, you have to launch it in a curved trajectory in order to overcome the turning magnetic energy of the sun. Okay? Point number 1. He just said that. Okay, here is a scientist and he's got all his machines. He's not just anyone saying.
Quando voi sparate, siete dei cacciatori voi altri, no? No. Beh, il cacciatore quando spara mette dentro la pallottola e poi spara, ma dentro nella canna c'è una spirale che lo fa girare per vincere il movimento rotatorio delle energie che sente.
Okay, another example. A gun barrel, he said, inside of all gun barrels there are spirals. Why? So the bullet can turn, and as it exits the barrel, it is spinning. Why does it need to spin? Because it needs to overcome the rotating, turning magnetic energy of the sun. Now, the premise of this man and Marconi's energy understanding is that there are two energies. There is the spiraling, rotating energy of the sun coming from above, which is what we call the ether, the turning field. And then he says that there is the earth energy. So there is solar energy and earth energy. The sun's energy is spiraling in a clockwise manner, and it spirals and expands. And then when it reaches the earth, it is turned around, and then the spiral is counterclockwise, and it is going upward. And he says this is what he and Marconi discovered. There is only these two energies. So what we've learnt so far is very interesting, because he is acknowledging that the solar energy is turning, it is rotating, and in order for bullets and missiles to overcome that, they have to take a curved trajectory, or the bullet must be spinning to overcome this magnetic field. And this is probably what people are referring to as the Coriolis effect. I'll get into that if we have to.
Invece l'uomo crede che la Terra è... Ma Rikichi ha fatto un apparecchio talmente sensibile...
questo scusi?
Rikichi, il professor Rikichi, lo conoscete, no? È quello che studia là, che fa dei grandi studi.
Contemporaneo?
Laggiù in Bassa Italia, Rikichi.
Solo io non lo conosco.
Ad ogni modo, ha fatto un apparecchio talmente sensibile che la Terra, appena che si muove un decimo di millimetro, si riscontra. Allora, la Terra è ferma o si muove?
Oh, this is beautiful. Now, he's referring to a guy called Jekiki, who comes from southern Italy. And he made a machine, he said, that can detect the movement of the Earth 1/10 of a millimeter. Now, his argument is, how is it possible that the Earth is moving? This scientist in southern Italy has made a machine that can detect 1/10 of a millimeter of movement of the Earth. Now he asks the interviewer, you tell me now, is the Earth moving or is it still?
Secondo questi apparecchi?
Questo apparecchio può vedere che la Terra è ferma.
Did you hear that? La terra è ferma. He said, according to this machine, the Earth is still. La terra è ferma. That's terra firma. Okay, so he's saying it's firm, it's fixed, it does not move. Now here is the machine which proves it. Let me show you the machine, then I will explain how it works.
Ecco, voi vedete, qui c'è energia solare e energia terrestre. Lo vedete questo che è fermo?
Sì.
Noi vediamo quello là che si muove, perché l'energia...
Okay, so what he's showing is that everything in his room is still. Is it not? Well, the interviewer says, yes, it is. And he's got, where you saw that strobe light, he has a strobe light lighting up two fields. The earth field, the earth energy or spiral, and the solar spiral. And then he points up to this machine up here, and he's showing how it's showing the illusion of movement. Let's watch that.
Solare che fa girare il movimento della Terra.
Cioè lei dice l'ombra praticamente.
È l'ombra, noi vediamo l'ombra, perché questo è fermo. È per quello che fa 15
So what he's showing clearly All the machinery is still, and yet it appears to move. And what he's explaining is that the strobe light is catching that effect because the solar energy is rotating. Now these are the words of a genius, guys. I'm only the translator here, okay?
20 anni cominceranno a credere perché sono convinti che la Terra è ferma.
See, and he says in 20 years mankind will understand this because mankind is still observing effects and not causes, and their senses are being fooled by effects.
Ma ad esempio, quando tipo adesso i russi e gli americani, quasi tutto il mondo ha i satelliti, no? E proprio il satellite, da satellite diciamo ha un obiettivo.
È uguale, solo che invece di credere che la Terra gira l'energia solare.
Ah, è l'energia che gira.
È solare che gira.
E lei in base a quale conoscenze?
Guglielmo Marconi ha messo una antenna in alto.
Okay, did you hear him mention Guglielmo Marconi? Now, the interviewer is saying, well, how do you know that that the Earth is firm? How do you know? He says, my friend Guglielmo Marconi. He said he made an antenna, and the top part of the antenna extended into the heavens to draw in solar energy. The bottom part of the antenna was projected into the ground to capture the Earth's energy. Okay, let me just continue.
Basso trovate il ritmo Sole-Terra. L'energia solare scende a spirali con le indicazioni di Stroza.
Right, now he's explaining that that what they discovered, Marconi discovered, he discovered Earth and solar energy. He discovered these two forms of energy. And when he put his testing equipment to it, he discovered that one of the fields is not rotating. The Earth's spiral does not rotate. It spirals, but there's no rotation, whereas the ether is rotating as it's spiraling. Now, what he's explaining now is that the solar energy comes from the sun in a spiral, and it's right-handed.
Entra nella Terra, riesce nuovamente nella Terra a senso contrario.
It enters into the Earth and re-exits the Earth in a counterclockwise spiral.
Perché è rovesciato.
And that's it. Okay, so what did we learn from this? Well, we've learned that that it's been proven with scientific experiments that the Earth does not move. So the point being here, friends, is that we are arguing about a matter. When we talk about the flat Earth or the shape of it, whether it's rectangular, concave, convex, bowl, square, flat, we are arguing something that is of secondary importance. What precedes form is motion. You see, Copernicus, his book was on the revolutions of the celestial spheres. So spheres, shape and form is secondary to revolutions or the movement. And the Copernican revolution was based just on that, on movement. So what precedes form is the first principle, that of motion. So I would be attacking the point of whether it moves or not, rather than what shape the Earth has, because science has proven beyond any doubt at all whatsoever that the Earth is stationary. They've proven beyond any doubt that it's immovable, as the scriptures say. I mean, the scriptures say that the Lord made the earth stationary, immovable, firm, and it will never be made to totter.